Lazarus Chakwera, the president of Malawi, the ex-president of Malawi. Today on our episode, I'm going to unveil to you whatever that Lazarus Chakwera did to his own vice president known as Dr. Chilima. And on our today episode, I'm going to unveil to you the dark truth of this guy that you are seeing over here. Someone that has been pretending to be close to Christ. Do you know whatever that happened to a prominent lawyer who was also an attorney general, who was also a minister of justice in Malawi, known as Casambara, Raf Casambara, who was a very good friend of Dr. Chilima and was also a lawyer of Dr. Chilima the time that he was arrested for 6 months. And on our today episode, I'm going to unveil to you the dark truth of Lazarus Chakwera and whatever that he did to innocent Malawian and whatever that he did to the vice president of Malawi known as Dr. Chilima and his own lawyer Casambara, Raf Casambara. This is going to shock you because on our episode we are going to unveil to you the dark truth of Lazarus Chakwera and the reason why he's hiding the death of Dr. Chilima and why was Dr. Chilima killed in that process. This is going to shock you. This is something that most of the Malawian are supposed to know whatever that happened to their vice president. On our first question, what happened to the black box? You know very well that a black box is usually yellow or blue. A black box, this is a technical equipment that is being used in any plane. There is always a black box where records are being kept on whatever that happened in that plane. If it gets an accident, it will tell you whatever that transpired that time. But during the death of the vice president of Malawi known as Dr. Chilima, black box was nowhere to be seen. Who was behind the death of Dr. Chilima and how dangerous is Lazarus Chakwera? If you think most of the Malawian aren't ready to forgive Lazarus Chakwera, today's episode I'm going to unveil to you these are the main reason why. Stay tuned because this is the most important episode that you are not supposed to miss on the current situation in Malawi. I think this will be our last episode concerning current affairs on whatever that is happening in Malawi. Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for the support. Thanks so much for the love. God bless you. God bless you. If you are new here, kindly subscribe and click the notification button for you to never ever miss any news that we post here in our channel, because we always focus on whatever that is trending in the world of internet. Our main objective is to make sure that Africans are united, Africans are together, and Africans are working together. Before we continue, it's condolence to the family of the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, the former Prime Minister here in Kenya. May he rest in peace. He is the father of democracy. Without him, democracy could not be happening in Kenya, where I am currently, but I'm a Burkina. On our today news, there's also something that has just happened in Malawi. As you know very well that most of the Malawians aren't ready to forgive Lazarus Chakwera. They are claiming that whatever that they are going through right now, it was brought by Lazarus Chakwera. Do you know whatever that happened to Dr. Chilima, who is the former prime minister in Malawi, who was killed in a plane crash? Most of the people, it was the Lazarus Chakwera government claimed that he wasn't killed, that it was a fatal accident that happened. The honest truth I'm going to unveil to you whatever that transpired that time that Dr. Chilima lost his life. Something that is going to shock you. Without Dr. Chilima is also a prominent lawyer who was a good friend of Dr. Chilima that was killed in that process, known as Raf Casambara. Raf Casambara was first in forefront talking about unity amongst Africans, talking about unity amongst Malawians. He was also the minister of justice in Malawi. Whatever that happened to Casambara, it was a plan. He was found killed in a lodging in a hotel in Malawi. He was poisoned. After thorough investigation, it was found that it was because of poisoning. That's the reason why Casambara was killed. This Casambara was the one that was tackling the case of Dr. Chilima. He was the one that was supporting whatever that Dr. Chilima was doing. So most of the people weren't happy with whatever that Casambara was doing. That was a plan. He said that for the first plan to go through, they had to bring Raf Casambara down before they reached to Dr. Chilima. This was a very brilliant lawyer. This was a lawyer that has got a lot of experience. So he was poisoned in a hotel in Malawi, capital city. The time that Dr. Chilima was still in prison, he got out of prison before the death of even Dr. Casambara. He got out after 6 months. He was released in prison because of these corruption cases that was being impounded by him. By Lazarus Chakwera was the one that came out and said that his own vice president is the one that is involving himself in these corruption cases. Something that is not true. It is something that he knew very well, that for me to elope this case, I need to use my own vice president. That's how Dr. Chilima was arrested for 6 months. After 6 months, he was released from prison and he was sent for a mission in North Korea. In that process, the time that he was going for that mission that he was assigned by Lazarus Chakwera, he said that he's going to resign in the government of Lazarus Chakwera. Lazarus Chakwera knew very well that he has no other choice but to bring Dr. Chilima down. If Dr. Chilima managed to leave him, he doesn't have any other choice to win the next general election, which he didn't win absolutely. Dr. Chilima, before he also became the vice president of Lazarus Chakwera, he was also the vice president of the former president known as Peter Mutharika before Lazarus Chakwera became into power. That was Dr. Chilima. It was a plan on how they wanted to bring Dr. Chilima down in that process. That is the news that is reaching our desk. Let me highlight to you how dangerous is Lazarus Chakwera and the reason why most of the Malawian doesn't trust Lazarus Chakwera. I've talked about the black box. In any accident that happened in a plane, there is always a black box. In that process, the time that Dr. Chilima got an accident, there was no black box in that plane, and the plane was crashed beyond recognition, and the plane was found like 3 hours after the accident. What really happened? The people that were around that Zuzu, it was in a place called Zuzu. Let me confirm that place. It was a place called Zuzu and region in Chikangawa. It's a place called Chikangawa Forest in Zuzu. That is where Dr. Chilima lost his own life. After thorough investigation, the people that came to do this investigation, they were hired by Lazarus Chakwera so that they can do this investigation very fast and they continue with their life. So, because of how Dr. Chilima wanted to reject Lazarus Chakwera, that is the reason why his life was cut short by Dr. Lazarus Chakwera. That is how the death of Dr. Chilima happened. He was the one, Lazarus Chakwera was the one responsible for the death of his own vice president, because he knew that everyone was getting out of his party. He knew that he was going to be left alone because of a deal gone wrong. There was a plan that after this election, the previous election that was held in Malawi, where Dr. Chilima supported Lazarus Chakwera. So, in the year 2025, it was Lazarus Chakwera that was the one to support Dr. Chilima. He knew that the power was very sweet, so he was not able to leave that power. That's how he came up with this plan on how he wanted to impound corruption cases to Dr. Chilima and to come in and make Dr. Chilima to go down. These are the main reason why most of the Malawians aren't ready to forgive Lazarus Chakwera because of the death of Dr. Chilima, one of the prominent lawyer, one of the prominent vice president, one of the prominent leader in Malawi. Most of the people in Malawi knew very well that if Dr. Chilima could be alive, he could be one day be their President, because most of the people that voted for Lazarus Chakwera, it is because of this Dr. Chilima. Most of the Malawians are still decrying about whatever that Lazarus Chakwera did to their beloved Vice President. If Lazarus Chakwera want to be forgiven by most of the Malawians, they have requested that he should come in and agree on how the death of Dr. Chilima occurred. Remember whatever that happened in Burkina, where Blaise Compaoré came in and confessed that he was the one behind the death of Thomas Sankara. That is what most of the Malawian wants Lazarus Chakwera to claim and to confess whatever that he did to Dr. Chilima. That is the news that is reaching our desk concerning whatever that is currently happening in Malawi, where the death of Dr. Chilima and a prominent Attorney General and Minister of Justice and a prominent lawyer in Malawi known as Casambara died because of that. That is the news that is reaching our desk. We love Malawian. We'll always be behind you. You are our brothers. You are our sisters. What we want is just justice and the whole truth on whatever that transpired that night before the death of Dr. Chilima. It is very true. It was confirmed that Raf Casambara was killed through poisoning. Is Lazarus Chakwera behind the death of Dr. Chilima after whatever that you have listened in this our episode? If Lazarus Chakwera claimed that he was not responsible for the death of Dr. Chilima, what he need to do is to provide the black box so that people can know whatever that transpired that time before the plane got an accident. This is something that he hasn't been able to explain. He hasn't been able to confirm. And why did it take long to discover where Dr. Chilima got that accident, the time that he was going to attend the lawyer's burial, the good friend, his lawyer's burial, where he was not able to reach. That is the news that is reaching our desk concerning whatever that happened to Dr. Chilima and Raf Casambara. If you're new here, kindly subscribe, click the notification button for you to never ever miss any episode that we post here in our channel. As we always say, we are Africans and Africa will remain to be our business. Our main objective is to make sure that Africans are united, Africans are working together, and Africans are loving one another. It's just about unity, it's just about love, and it's just about spreading positive vibes here in Chris Nolan TV. Road is to 100,000 subscribers. With your support, with your love, I know that you are going to reach that destination. Guys, you have been supportive. You have been a blessing to us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is what we'll continue to do. That is what we are not going to stop doing. As we always say, we are Africans and Africa will remain to be our business. Our main business is to make sure that we are united. Lazarus Chakwera, if you need forgiveness from the Malawian, we should be able to explain whatever that happened to Dr. Chilima and Raf Casambara. Until next time, we'll say game over. God bless you.